Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you why they don't want you to wake up. And who is they exactly? Well, it's those that are stuck in the matrix, stuck in their ways, stuck in the falsehoods and their illusions, the comfortable lies that are not in reality. Because love is truth, and truth is love. But the thing is that you compromise their illusions and their falsehoods, and you compromise their ego and what they perceive to be for their greatest purpose and for their greatest self-image. They don't really have a purpose, though. You do. You have a purpose. You are not here to focus on other people. You are here to focus on yourself and to help other people bring themselves closer to God. That is what any truly awakened person and not woke person is all about. Now, for those of you that have been celebrating the holidays, such as Easter or Thanksgiving or Christmas or anything like that, over the past few months, several months, I suppose, and to any of the people that are going to be celebrating any of these pagan holidays any further, I urge you to really think about why you are doing these things. I had several different people reach out to me over the past few days, talking to me about certain things and how they should think about these kinds of celebrations. So I wanted to address them to everybody here in this video. Now, I want to first read a chapter or two from Matthew 10:34 and 35, and it says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I am not come to send peace on earth." Let's just let that sink in for a second. And this is Jesus speaking, by the way. "So think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." And then in verse 36, it finishes with, "And a man's foes shall be they of his own household." Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, it means a few different things. Primarily, it means that those that think that spending time with family and spending time in this joyful celebration is great, imagine going to the Most High on Judgment Day for just a moment and imagine telling him that you celebrated these pagan holidays because you thought you were doing the right thing by spending time with family, when he clearly says that he did not come to bring peace. He came to bring a sword. He came to separate the wheat from the chaff. He wants to know who is really following him, who has really got what it takes to pick up the cross and follow him. These are the things that we must understand as a society. These are the things we must understand as chosen ones, more specifically. That you invite demonic entities and demonic outlooks of life into your life when you bring in and celebrate these kinds of things. What is the connection between Easter bunnies and eggs and in relationship to Jesus? What does that mean exactly? Where is it in the scriptures that it says that we have to, that Jesus even said to celebrate him rising up? I'll wait. Nope. You can't find any scripture in there, can you? So I don't know exactly why people are celebrating these. And I can understand if people say, Thaddeus, you are being a little bit too maybe controlling or judgmental or anything like that. It's like, well, no, I just have boundaries on and territories that I want to protect internally and externally. And I want to do the same thing for you all. I want to make sure that you are receiving quality education, quality insight, and quality outlines and perspectives of reality and of truth through love. So these kinds of celebrations, even Thanksgiving and even Christmas, they're a time for get-togethers and spending time with family. Oh, I haven't seen these people for so long, and it was so nice to get together with them. And well, why don't you get together with them just because? Why does it take a certain kind of celebration to keep up with the people that you care about? Or else you don't really care about them. This is one of the other things that I had a lot of hard times with growing up, was like, whenever I would go to these external family events, sometimes I would feel like I'm talking with strangers. And I was told that these were my blood. Well, what I had to get to the point of, to realize, was that fuck blood. Not all of them want what's best for you. And Jesus even says that in Matthew. He even says that he's going to pit father and brother, father and son, and mother and daughter. If you are reborn, ladies and gentlemen, in the Spirit of Christ, if you are reborn, you are not the same person that you once were, right? Obviously, that's what it means to be reborn. All of those friends that you had, they don't really know you anymore. All of those people that you used to know, those relationships that you had, they don't know you anymore. They don't know you. So why are you spending your time being with people that don't really care, or people that only care on certain times and places? Why don't you surround yourself with people that genuinely care all the time, or at least as much as they can? Because everybody goes through hardships, everybody goes through pain, everybody goes through suffering of some kind. But why don't you surround yourself with people that are good to you more often than not? I don't get it. I don't get why these people are so hell-bent on, literally hell-bent on being there at these kinds of celebrations. Do you guys know the history of these celebrations and these holidays that we have in the pagan holidays that we celebrate here in the West? Do you guys even know the history? If you were a mother or a father and your child asked you, Mom, Dad, why do we celebrate Easter? Why do we hunt for Easter eggs? And why are there bunnies walking around holding baskets? Would you know what to say? Maybe not. I would urge you all to look and to really examine why you are celebrating these things, and really examine where it's coming from. Not everything is traditional. And you can look into the Bible to see other kinds of celebrations that are actually biblical, like the Feast of Trumpets. That is just one example. There are, I think, 7 or 8 different kinds of celebrations that you can have in the Bible that are of God and that God approves of, that glorify Him. So why don't you do some research into those instead? And stop celebrating paganism. Pagan holidays. For anybody that's thinking like, Thaddeus, you are going off your rocker right now, man. Like, you are out of your mind. No. I have extreme clarity on the situation now. I have extreme understanding of what's going on. Think about all of those times that people talk about, they talk about family fights at Thanksgiving, right? Oh, hopefully we just don't talk about politics, right? As long as we don't bring up religion or politics, everything will be okay. If you can't have those kinds of deep conversations with your family, who is really your family? No. Brothers and sisters, in this day and age, the only kind of family that we have is spiritual. It is a spiritual family that we have. If you're watching this right now and you are understanding this, we are of a similar tribe. We are of the same spiritual tribe. We are not, like, our leader is Christ. And Christ and the Israelites are the ones that follow Christ. To be an Israelite does not just mean to be of Israel. In the scriptures, it is a metaphor for the nation that follows Christ. So if you are an Israelite, if you know your history as an Israelite, then you know that you come from the house of David. Metaphorically, evolutionarily, anthropologically, psychologically, and in regard to reality. So you automatically will understand this if you are an Israelite. And if you are a chosen one, aka Israelite, then you are going to piss a lot of people off. I know some of you guys don't want to hurt your family members by not going to certain celebrations or whatnot, or not participating, or maybe you don't even know how to act if you don't know how to bring it up, like, hey, I don't celebrate that anymore. The thing is that you have to do what you have to do and protect your energy. This is going to be the third year that I haven't celebrated pagan holidays. And the reason being is because I saw what it did to my family. I saw what it did to other families. I'm seeing what it does to society. It's just a commodity. Like, every single celebration that we have nowadays is just a way to commodify anything and everything. It's just a way to commodify chocolate. Like, have you ever thought about how weird it is to eat a chocolate bunny? Like, have you ever really thought about that? That's weird. That's weird that we would create holidays. We would create holidays in which we would make chocolate bunnies to eat and then call ourselves Christian for following Christ and saying that he is risen, when it doesn't even make sense. Like, Good Friday In the Bible, it says Jesus was gone for 3 days and 3 nights after he died following the resurrection. Wouldn't that be Monday would be the day that he rises, not Easter, Sunday? Like, legitimately ask yourselves these questions. And these are questions that I've posed to other people. And they, like, some of them get it, and some of them are like, okay, yeah, I see where you're going with this. And then others are still hesitant and still not with the program that they are in a program. That is what it means to celebrate these holidays now. And you know, like these, steering away from holidays and such for a minute, people are going to be focused on you, man. Like they're going to be, like the way that you enlighten yourself is going to enhance eyes from everywhere to watch you and to watch you closely. I had somebody come up to me yesterday at the coffee shop who I had never seen before in my life. And he told me, and I keep my head on a swivel. Like I'm always on the lookout. And this guy came up to me asking me if I'm the guy that goes here and there and here, naming the places that I frequently visit the most here in town. And immediately I thought, okay, gang stalker. This is gang stalking. This is a person I need to be careful with. So I started to investigate a little bit of myself. And he wouldn't tell me his name exactly. He just talked about his family name, which I thought was kind of strange, but he wouldn't tell me exactly what was going on and why did he want to talk to me exactly. You know, these people will just come talk to you about you. Like it's so weird. Why would you do that? They're talking about you as if you're not there, and yet they're talking about you as if you are a third person that isn't actually where they are in this time and place, but they're communicating with that same person, talking about the time and place that they are not in. It's just weird. And so he immediately left the coffee shop after talking to me. And I just was so bombarded with confusion. And this just goes to show people that even if you are paying so close attention to your surroundings at all times, there are still going to be people that are watching you that don't even know who you are. They think they know you because they see you here and there and here, and yet they don't know you at all. They don't know you at all. So, use the sword that Christ has given us. The sword that distinguishes reality from falsehood. The sword that distinguishes discernment and confusion. Because it does take discernment to know discernment. That's something I've learned over the past year or two. And it does take clarity to understand the difference between confusion and discernment. But if you are asking yourself questions about what you should be doing right now, and you have a inner knowing of what you need to do and you're not doing it, then that means that you're ignoring the Most High. That means that you're ignoring your impulse to understand God more deeply. That means you are ignoring the path that God wants you to be on. That's not a good thing, because in Revelations it talks about how the righteous and the wicked will be separated, and the wicked will be cast into the fire, the lake of fire, right? The lake of fire is a metaphor for hell. The lake of fire is a metaphor for all of those things that you don't want to happen, that will happen if you do not choose the path of righteousness. So, with all this being said, I hope this message was informative and useful. And if you guys have any questions or you want to leave a comment about any of your experiences about these holidays or anything like that, please do so. I'm eager to listen, and I'm eager to learn more about the collective consciousness of our society and where we're really at, even more so. Because I'll tell you, the more I talk to people online, on this YouTube channel, in my emails that I get, and just in my daily life out here, the more I realize that the quickening of this matrix dominated society is increasing by the day. And so you have to be on guard, you have to be alert, you have to be on point, you have to be completely aware of your situations at all times. And that experience with the guy at the coffee shop yesterday just told me how much more I need to really pay attention to what people are doing around me and how people are watching me, because it's very uncomfortable to think that there are people that you don't even know that are stalking you, really, to one degree or another. It's not like I can get a restraining order or anything like that. I don't want or need to do that exactly just yet, but it's just that these kinds of things have a certain kind of pattern that I've noticed in the past. And so you guys just need to armor up with the helmet of salvation and the breastplate of righteousness and truth, and move forward in a sophisticated fashion. Don't forget, and always remember, to awaken that godlike savage within you whenever you need to. With that being said, peace be with you. Until next time.